All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is John Gray. I'm on the set with Coach John Olive at John Olive fifth quarter show. Young man, you're walking in rare air. You are the first coach to ever win a semifinal football game, and you are on you and your team and your staff and your fans and this community is on its way to Chattanooga next weekend to be in the finals of the 4A playoffs. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm so proud of our young men, and that you know, they get to go battle for a gold ball. We're going to play a two-time defending state champion, Elizabethton, but we're only playing this year's edition.
One ball game.
We're not playing last year's or the years before,
right.
And we're not going to play anybody in the future. It is this year's Elizabethton team, and they're a very fine football team. Sean Whitten's the coach there. Outstanding coach, has done a great job at building that program. And if you recognize the name Whitten, that's Jason Whitten's brother, the big tight end who just retired from the Cowboys.
Right.
And
they might need to call him back.
They have got some super fine facilities up there because of Mr. Jason Whitten and some of his buddies. They have done really awesome things, and but it's a great opportunity to go represent our school, our community in Chattanooga.
Well, I was talking to one of their radio folks before the game. I introduced him to you, and he was so complimentary. He said, "I've never been to Tullahoma or Lynchburg or this area over here much." Said, I played a ball game in Nashville one time. He said, "These are the nicest facilities I've ever been to in a high school in this state." And he said, "How in the world do y'all have this?" And I said, "Our community is responsible for this."
That's correct.
Our school system is responsible for this. The quality of our kids and our coaching staff are responsible for this. And every fan who walks in here and buys Boston butts and does whatever they need to do for our kids to have this facility are responsible for this.
Absolutely.
And we're very proud of our community, our team, and all the folks who've done the work through the years. We have one of those special people sitting in the studio with us today. We'll talk with him a little bit later on. Coach, I know you've got a lot to do. You're on your way to Chattanooga as well right now. Yes. Later on to have some type of a meeting or something, I'm sure. We're going to start this game after a commercial break here, and throughout the show today we'll try to give you all the information we can about what it's going to take for our fans to get to Chattanooga and how that's all going to play out as best we know right now. So with that said, that guy over there, I'm so proud of him, there ain't no way I could ever say. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Star Physical Therapy
Has been serving Tullahoma and the surrounding area for 16 years, offering special services, dry needling, vestibular rehab, LSVT big for Parkinson's, workman's comp, sports rehab, and post-op care. All the physical therapists at Star Rehab hold a Doctor of Physical Therapy degree. And there's also a certified orthopedic manual therapist. You want to pass the test? Come to the best. That's Star Physical Therapy.
Here in Tullahoma, we're very fortunate to have Builders Plumbing and Electric to serve all of our plumbing and electric needs.
Come see us while we have a short break at Builders Plumbing and Electric.
We're also fortunate to have Builder Supply, where we can get all the lumber to do any project we have around the house.
Come see us at Builder Supply.
The choices we make today will impact tomorrow. Choosing natural gas today is the responsible energy choice for your home, your family, and our environment. Almost all natural gas we use is produced right here in North America. And with plentiful gas reserves, we can enjoy a safe and reliable energy future. Natural gas. The comfortable and responsible energy choice for today and tomorrow.
brought to you by Elk River Public Utility District.
Terry Stroop here with Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. We'd like to take this time to thank everybody for trusting us with their home and their business heating and cooling comfort. We'd like to take this time to remind everybody it's time for fall maintenance checks. They're taking appointments right now. We also would like to congratulate the 2022 class at Tullahoma High School seniors. Special shout out to two of those, which are our grandchildren, Mary Catherine and Owen Stroop. Let's go, Wildcats.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Our captains last night, number 23, we call him Cousin, Will Parton. Number 8, Justice Chadwick. Number 66, J.T. Taylor, or Jaden Taylor. We call him J.T. And number 4, Ryan Scott. And we're going to get the football. And really surprised me they are going toward the scoreboard instead of defending it, but that's all right with us. And he goes and kicks the ball before they put it in play, so that is considered a illegal procedure penalty.
And John, I think they had as many fans last night as every team that's been here put together.
Yeah, they had a good following there. Jacob Dixon on the return and gets it out to the 27-yard line. They had a really outstanding kicker, and they had great coverage. We're going to try to open up hitting Jacob Dixon here, and can't pitch and catch. And we're going to come back, and we nearly throw an INT for a touchdown here. We get an illegal procedure. We're nervous. You can tell. They're going to drop that outside linebacker with our running back. They're determined to take that away from us because we hurt Pearl Cone so much with it. And so anyway, 3rd and long, not exactly the way we wanted to start this out. We try to draw them offside, see if we get the 5 yards back. We can't. We also were looking to see if any blitz was coming. And 44's on a blitz. He's going to be picked up by number 70, Ian Poe, who knocks him into the back of JT Taylor, and that's the last play that JT plays as he has an ankle injury. So we couldn't complete the pass. We lose our starting center, who's also a starting defensive end, on the third offensive play of the game. Justice, the ball, just one of those that didn't hit very well, and it takes a bad bounce for us, and so they've got the ball in great field position. They come out running the buck sweep, which is pulling those two guards out in front there, which is a pearl cone play. That's not something we've seen them do. Now they're back to running their power. That is what we've seen them do. And
you were ready for it.
One's a load. He's not very big as far as height goes, but he's about 210, 215 pounds. Probably 5'8", 5'9" at the most. There's your buck sweep again. We play it better. Jacob Dixon on the tackle there. And here comes your power back the other way with the quarterback keeping it, trying to run the power up in there. And they're kind of just marching this thing right down the field on us. They're going to throw a quick hitch here, and they're number 7, who's headed to Arkansas to play in the future, puts it in.
Good-looking kid.
And we find ourselves down 7-0. So.
And they had smoke and fireworks and everything else over there. Their side was full of activity in the beginning of this ball game.
Jacob Dixon again on the return. This time they get him at the 22. We need to respond, but we're still on struggle right here. Try to run Keyshawn, and the outside linebacker came off the inside receiver there and came back in unblocked, made the tackle for little to no gain. We try to hit Brody there on a RPO read, and same outside linebacker, he was coming down inside, but he was able to reach up. He's about 6'4". He was able to reach up and knock the ball down. Ryan tries to pick up some yardage there, but we're going to turn around and punt the ball back to him again. And, you know, I'm sitting there thinking we got to calm down. We just got to get our nerves under control here and play.
This isn't looking real good, right?
And Justice gets a really good punt off. It's a cold night. The ball's not going to go very far. You just need to get the good bounces. And
it was definitely a cold night.
They're trying to run the speed sweep, and we're in pretty good shape over there. We got 3 or 4 guys over there to make the stop. And they come back with a counter, which is one of their bread and butter plays, and our young men are ready for it. A host of Wildcats are there to make the tackle. So we've got them in a 3rd and long situation, which is where we wanted them. We want to try to make 2 throw the football. And he tries to scramble. Landon Fouch played a great game last night, and he caused the fumble there. We're not able to recover it, but we've knocked them back to where it's 4th and really long. Chris Usselton on the return here, picks up some blocks, and down the sideline he goes, and we take over in great field position. And again, we're not going to take advantage of this. Keyshawn's going to pick up 5 or 6 right here, running hard there, safety dropping down and making the tackle.
They've got eyes all over him.
And we're going to come back, and Ryan takes off running here and picks up the first down, and it looks like we're going to be in good shape. Run, Chris. And Chris gets us down to the 2, and I guess I was wrong. I'm a series ahead where we turn it right back over to them. We are going to score this time. And Keyshawn's going to put it in the end zone there. And Justice Chadwick's going to come on with our PAT team, and we're going to tie this thing up and make it 7-7.
And we worked our way through the jitters. Now the football game starts.
Yes. And, and that's your biggest fear. Haywood County, they played for the state championship last year, so this was their second semifinals in a row. And you worry about that you start the game so poorly that you can't catch back up. And as they had players who had been there, and we're going to keep chasing this guy till we finally get him down there. And great job by the kickoff team. Jackson Sheffield, I thought, had a great night last night.
He did.
On the kickoff team as well as running the football. And defense is making life a lot tougher on them. They're going to throw it deep here, and if I remember right, they overthrow that young man. He's committed to Indiana, so they are a really good football team. They try to run a tunnel screen there, and Owen Stroop's right there with number 17. Try to put some heat on them, and Chris doesn't call for the fair catch, and 21 kind of introduced himself to Chris. Yeah. I was glad to see Chris hang on to it.
And get up.
It was a I guess, lack of a better word, it was a grow-up night for Chris, because he got hurt early in the ball game, and we tried to add some padding and so forth. He toughed it out and played the entire ball game, and I was proud of him. It wasn't an easy thing to do. He was hurting all night long. This is where we had a chance to really get on them, and the ball gets tipped up in the air, and their number 44, who's an outstanding linebacker, makes the interception. Defense, though, still playing well.
It's unbelievable.
They're going to hit a big pass right here, and you can just see he throws it up forever. And we're not in terrible shape there, but 7 comes down with the football, and so they move it from their end of the field to our end of the field in that one play. And they get a little energy there. One puts that foot in the ground, finds that seam, and picks up another first down. Here comes the quarterback on the power again, and Logan Crouch primarily was the one that took care of him on that play. Is second and long now. And here comes your buck sweep. Now, that's where you know that they're not a buck sweep running team. Because if he had been somebody who'd been running that all year long, he would have followed that guard on outside.
Right.
And would have probably made some yardage against us. He tried to cut it up because that's what he looks for. He's a north-south runner.
Right.
And on the buck sweep, you're looking to cut them up, but it wasn't there. And so they get a penalty
so
there.
He met Mr. Crouch.
He met Mr. Crouch. And Mr. Crouch played really, really well. Logan played well. Caden Bradford played tough as nails. And, we found out that Caden played with an injury all the way through the game. We never knew it. And just tough as nails. What a gritty bunch. There you got Ian Poe and Logan Crouch. Brandon Painter on the tackle. And they move, so We're going to back it up 5 yards, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. 7-7, but they're knocking at the door.
And we're standing up, woke up, got the jitters gone, and now we're going to have this was one of the most enjoyable football games I've watched in a long time, and because it was a battle on both sides. I mean, there was some two really good physical football teams playing each other. And what we'll do is show you the second quarter right after this quick commercial break.
Clayton's has been Tullahoma's shoe store for over 120 years, and Florence Hall continues that tradition today. We're the only shoe store in town that starts with measuring your foot to make sure you get the perfect fit in a quality shoe. That includes narrow through wide widths for men, women, and children. Clayton Shoes, the family shoe store you'll love.
We're gonna fit your style. We're gonna make you smile. Service and quality at Clayton Shoe Store. We're gonna fit your style.
Attention, attention! Tullahoma and surrounding areas? Spinelli's Pizzeria is now open at 121 Northwest Atlantic Street in downtown Tullahoma. They specialize in Philadelphia-style pizzas that you can order by the pie or by the gigantic slice. Spinelli's also has great sandwiches with breads imported from Philly, loaded stromboli, salads, and desserts. They are open from 11 a.m. until 3 a.m. with delivery every day. So stop by Spinelli's and get a slice.
Are your teeth dull, chipped, stained, or crooked? If so, call the dental practice of Dr. Mike Long. For a wider, brighter, more attractive smile, Dr. Long offers cosmetic dentistry at its best through whitening, bonding, and veneers. Dr. Long also uses laser technology, eliminating anesthesia and drilling. When you are ready to enhance your smile, call Dr. Mike Long, family practice dentistry for 29 years.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Okay, second down and goal here, and got our backs against the wall as Haywood has the ball. They try to throw the fade into the corner. It's going to be out of bounds. Chris Usselton on the coverage there.
Let's see what our defense does now.
Third down, two things are going to happen here. They got a player that keeps participating. We get a sack, so it's 4th and 16, or we could back them up, but it would be third down again. And I chose to make it 4th down. We haven't had very good luck at making people repeat a down on third down. We've given up some big plays, so I just decided with them having 7 and 13 to throw the ball up to, we'd make them try to kick a field goal, which they were successful at doing.
And, you know, they had one of the better kicking games of anybody we played against this year.
Their kicker's outstanding. I mean, that's a cold block that you're kicking
Yes,
out there right now. We try to run Jackson there, and they're all over him as they're only giving up. They're giving up like 8 points a game through 13 games. So last week they gave up 28, and I think it was your buddy that said that they didn't play very good.
Right.
Didn't play very inspired because they had beaten South Gibson 28-0 during the season. We're going to hit a quick screen here to Joe Duncan, and we almost get back to making the first down, but we're going to be a couple of yards short. So we'll have to punt it away to them again. And things are not going to look real good for the Tullahoma Wildcats. Justice will get off a punt here that's very good, but the Tomcats, they're gonna score quickly this time. And there's no way that's a legal set.
No.
60 was not on the line of scrimmage. And I start working on our linesman. Look at him. He's not close to breaking the center's hip. And I finally call a timeout to talk to the white hat. And it didn't do me any good. Still never got it called. I finally just gave up because every time I complained about it, they hit us with a big play. He was on the line that time. But that right tackle, that's such a big advantage to the pass rush. And so they're going to throw the quick slant here, and you're going to see why Arkansas wants this young man. He's about 6'3" and can fly.
That happened so quick I almost missed it.
So they're going to miss the PAT here. He's going to push it to the right, and we're going to be down 16-7, but it's getting ready to get fun if you're a Tullahoma Wildcat fan. And one thing I love about this team, they don't panic, and
they have faith.
They'll get in there and get after it. You know, and he puts it a couple of yards deep in the end zone there. So we're going to start at the 20-yard line. First play, we're going to throw an incomplete pass. As we try to hit Joe Duncan there across the middle, and we're going to come back right here though, and we're going to hit number 11 and watch him pick up the blockers. Usselton coming across the field. Ryan hits him, evading. He picks up Dixon there, picks up Joe there. And
he has some speed.
80 yards later, Chris Usselton in the end zone.
First-year player.
Yes. All district, all region basketball player. He's been an all district basketball player since his freshman year, and we have recruited him hard over the last 3 years trying to get him to come try us. Glad he did.
Yeah, so am I.
And we did a pretty good job.
And I bet he's glad too.
He is. He's had a blast this year. As we haven't used him on offense, which allowed us to get a sophomore ready who has played well for us. But Chris Usselton's special. We try to get a little pop-up in there thinking we might surprise them. And Owen Stroop there on the tackle. And we've got it jammed up pretty good in there. They're not able to back us out of there. They're not able to blow us out.
Mr. Crouch was in there, in the middle.
They're going to come back and go deep right here. And Landon Fouch gets his first of 2 interceptions on the night. So he's caused a fumble already. Now he's got an interception. And we're trying to drop it back to pass again to try to loosen them out a little bit. And they get a face mask there trying to tackle Ryan for the sack. So they get a sack, but we get 15 yards for the face mask. 1st and 5. And he's looking to throw it deep, and there's Mr. Jacob Dixon getting behind everybody. And we're in for another touchdown. As we decided if you don't play that many people up in the box, then we're going to throw it and see if y'all can cover us. We challenge the receivers that they've got to win those battles. They've got to win it. They do. All night long.
He's been good at that all year long.
He has. All these receivers have done really well. And Justice hits the upright right there, and it bounces back to our side instead of bouncing through. So both outstanding kickers have missed a PAT on this cold night. And got a tackling, Landon Fouch. Doesn't really do a very good job tackling there. He doesn't wrap up, but he does knock him down. We are a physically strong team, and you see it from time to time. They come back with their buck sweep and catch us there. We really weren't ready for that play. Our defensive end wasn't ready, and I'm not sure what happened there, but it was not a bad snap. They get called for illegal procedure, but we were not allowed to recover the ball. So throw it deep, and 13 goes up above Chris there and grabs it. Good play by them.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot Chris could have done, except grow 6 inches.
Good job there, jamming up the middle, making it tough. He got about 3. And again, I'm telling you, Logan Crouch played really well last night. He's gonna make a play in the second half that's pretty incredible, but it shows you his strength. 3rd down and about 5. They hit the little hitch over here. We hit the receiver, both Ethan and Landon, but they give him the 1st down, so it's now 2nd down and long as we get the quarterback there as he was trying to sneak out the back door.
Sit on his head.
So I'll throw it over there to 17, and we couldn't quite wrap him up, but Caden Tucker gets him out of bounds, and we got him in a 3rd down situation here.
Ooh.
And a lot of hitting going on. The ball came out. We thought we had it, but they ruled him being down. I don't know. I guess it's forward momentum. Brody Melton.
Now he's down.
Making the tackle behind the LOS. And Brody's having to step in and play defensive end because of the injury to JT. He and Ethan Anderson.
That little shift has caught a bunch of them this year, hasn't it?
It's been good for us. They try to run the tunnel screen there, and somebody got a hand on the ball and deflected it enough to where the receiver could not catch it. They come back, and he's going to look deep, and he tries to drop it off. I really thought the way he hung it up there that Chris might just pick that off and take it to the house. Couldn't quite get there. Joe Duncan lays out for it, but the kicker puts it through. And so it's now 20-19 with 55 seconds. And you know where we're going to start because you know where he's going with this football. So we're going to start at the 20. We're going to take a shot at them right here. If we complete this, we'll take off and try to get on down the field and get a score. But we do complete it, but we complete it for about -5, so -4. So we decide, okay, let's drain the clock on out.
Let it run.
One timeout left, and we decided it's time to drain this thing, and let's go to halftime with a 1-point lead. That's all we got to have at the end of the game, a 1-point lead. We're going to go play for the gold ball. That's our whole goal in this ball game. And so at halftime, 20-19, Tullahoma.
That's right, and good ball game, good contest. I mean, we were told earlier that they were played dirty and foul-mouthed and all that, but we in the stand, I mean, I didn't see anything that was all that bad in that way.
They had one single player that was constantly
picking at Joe.
He picked on anybody.
Yeah.
They called him later for hitting Poe after the play.
Right.
Anyway.
Two good football teams.
Two good football teams going at it. Both of us wanting to go to Chattanooga.
There you go. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to thank a few people. We want to start off with the Donut Palace. Coach is over there eating that bear claw this morning, and I've got my cinnamon roll here. You know, they've been serving our community with good pastries and products over there for years. They've been our sponsor on the John Olive Fifth Quarter Show, and we want to thank them for all they do. Right across from the high school, you get a sweet tooth and you want to do something about it, walk on in the Donut Palace over there and get you something good. Also want to thank Sundrop. Supporter of our community in many ways, but specifically the football program. They're our water sponsor for the show, and we appreciate Sundrop and all they do. You know, my buddy, Max, I'm sure Max is smiling because he would have loved the fact that we won this semifinal game. That's Max Gerald, and I've dedicated every game this season to Max, and there he is right there in his Tullahoma's finest and one of Tullahoma's best fans. We miss you, Max, and I know you're happy about what's going on here. So that's for Max. And we also want to thank one of our sponsors, Coffee County Bank. You know, they've come on with a sponsorship the last couple of years, and they are one of the few local banks still left in this area, and they do business locally, and they support local things and local people. A lot of our other banks do as well, but Coffee County's home-owned, home-operated. Stop by and see those folks, and tell them you saw it on the John Olive Fifth Quarter Show. Carter Sane and his group over there do a great job in supporting our communities with their financial needs. And with that said, what we're going to do is take a quick commercial break, and we're going to come back for some conversation at halftime.
Daddy Billy's Deli Bar and Grill has been open at 119 Northwest Atlantic Street in Tullahoma for over 40 years, serving up good times and great food. The inside is now a non-smoking facility and had a great outdoor patio area with a covered stage, a fire pit, and a second bar where smoking is allowed. The food remains great at Daddy Billy's, from burgers to paninis, salads, wings, with new items being added all the time. Great sides from onion straws, flat fried potatoes, and Tullahoma's only corn salad. Music and sports are important at Daddy Billy's with jam night every Wednesday night, bands and players on the weekends, and big screen TVs all over the place to watch sports. Daddy Billy's is now open Monday through Saturday and closed on Sunday. As a non-smoking venue inside, all ages are welcome to enjoy the food and fun at Daddy Billy's. With a great selection of domestic, imported, and local craft beers, a full liquor and wine selection, and the best food around, there is no reason for you not to be part of the good times at Daddy Billy's, 119 Northwest Atlantic Street, downtown Tullahoma. If you're looking for a branding solution, Molly Dixon welcomes you to LogoWare, where your business, school, athletic team, nonprofit, family group, and other organizations can get your logo or message displayed with silk screening up to 10 colors and embroidery up to 15 colors on everything from caps to socks and all the inner and outer wear in between, plus backpacks, luggage, duffel bags, handbags, and purses. All work is done locally, in-house, on nationally branded product from Nike, Eddie Bauer, New Era, Carhartt, North Face, Russell Outdoors, and many more. So simply, why should you entrust the branding of your business or organization to a stranger on the internet when you can spend your money with a local business that offers competitive pricing and local professional service? For the answer to this question, Molly invites you to visit her at LogoWare, 401 South Washington Street, Tullahoma, 931-222-4103.
Donuts. Tasty donuts. Donuts.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on Thursday and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, folks, we're back with a revered and great guest, Mr. Don Embry, and Don was here as the superintendent of schools, and he is the fella 29 years ago who elected to go in search of a new football coach and found that guy sitting right over there. So, Don, tell us a little bit about that. How did all that come about?
Oh, my goodness. Ask an old man who has terrible remembering.
What was the interview like?
Well, I got to start back at a ball game that was being played. We were playing NBA one night, and I forget what that famous football coach at NBA was there for 20, 30 years.
Tommy Owen. Coach Owen.
Tommy Owen, yeah. And they had brought the team to, we were 0-5, and we were playing, I don't know, either the 5th game or 6th game. We were just getting beat terribly. Getting knocked down. Our boys didn't even know how to block properly, and every one of them was on the ground. I thought, I got to do something. So I started talking to people around the state as to who were the good coaches to look at. And so I had a list of about 17, 18 names. And I had one right at the top. And so called to see if he'd be interested in interviewing. He was hesitant, but so we met with the boy at a motel in Athens, Tennessee, and interviewed him. Was it Athens?
It was Athens, Holiday Inn Express.
And I took J. Patrick Welsh with me.
Oh, by the way, and he's over here hiding in the corner. Mr. High Tech Welch is over here, school board chairman.
I felt like I needed somebody in the community that want to get started with a booster club and get things going that way. So we interviewed for about 4 or 5 hours, and Jay Patrick and I left, and I told Pat in the car, I got to have that boy. And so called and offered him a job, and he wanted to think about it a while, and they wanted, what'd you do, go on vacation?
State championships were coming up.
Well, okay, we agreed to meet again at Trenton, Georgia.
Yes.
And I forget what was that?
I had, my grandmother had passed away, so we met there in Trenton as I was coming back up out of Alabama. And, but I had come over the state championship weekend. I came over and visited here in Tullahoma for a few hours. Cherie and I looking around town and looking at the high school and so forth, and talking some more with Dr. Embry.
And that's another story that is interesting to tell. Jim Pearson and Mr. Moore.
Cousy Moore.
Cousy
Moore. Well, we're trying to find out who I was talking to and who was talking. And they were cruising the parking lot every day, seeing if there's any. And out-of-town cars, and they went by and there was a car there from Blount County. And they called up Maryville High School and said, want to talk to John Olive. Well, he's not here to imagine that. So they knew who we were going to go after before I did almost. But anyway, we met at Trenton, Georgia, and took Sleepy McKenzie with me and offered him the job. And Sherry was really the one that made the decision because she had a real good job at the airport.
At the airport.
And he was going to have to take a cut in pay to come. So they thought about it. Anyway, they decided to come. So they did. Well, we started the season out. What year was that?
93.
Huh?
93.
93? And they were 0-10 in 92. And I remember one player that was on both of those teams was Woody Dillahay.
That's correct.
I don't remember the others, you know mine. But I remember Woody being on that team. And we went 5-0 first 5 games of the season. And I went over to see John at practice one day, and I just wanted to compliment him and congratulate him on being 5-0. I said, "You've done everything that I wanted you to do." And he bristled. He didn't like what I said because he was wanting a state championship. And I could tell that from his attitude. But anyway, we went on and had a good season. And
29 years later, we're going to go after a state championship.
Just took me a long time to get there.
Well, one of the reasons John came was he didn't want to have to go out and recruit, because that was something that was going on in Maryville at that time. And he didn't want to have to go out every Saturday morning to the various 8th grade football
playgrounds and Pop Warner
games. And he wanted to run a program with his own players. And he did. And we've had very few recruits come in here. Maybe 2 or 3, but they come because of...
They get a job.
Yeah, not because he's been out recruiting them, but because of the program and
that he's built.
Educational system.
Right. They want to come here.
Yeah.
You don't have to hunt for them. They like what's happening here.
Very proud of John. He's done a great job. And you all know he doesn't say too much, but when he speaks, why, he's got something to say.
You know, I've told this before, and this is as good a time as any. About 10 years ago, there was a celebration over at Grace Baptist Church for John. I believe it was about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was a night, and everybody was talking. As my son played for John, and most of the dads were going, I mean, it's a great honor that what John's done for our community, and the fact that my child got to be coached by John Olive and go through that program. And at the end, they said, "Was anybody have anything else to say?" And I said, "I'd like to say something." Yes, our children have had a great advantage by being coached by John Olive, but they're better children from it. I'm a better man because of him. Being around him's changed me. So he's not only come into our community and changed our children, but he's changed our community. And we want to thank you for that very much.
Thank you. Very kind.
You mean a whole lot to a bunch of folks.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. And
appreciate Dr. Embry bringing me over.
Yeah, yes, sir. What we're going to do is take a quick break, and then we're going to be back with third quarter, because this football game is too good for us to sit here and chat and not let these people see what's going on.
I tell you, I was nervous last night watching.
We all were nervous.
The game on television.
At 20 to 19 at halftime, that's not enough. That's the skin on your teeth right there. Folks, we'll be back with the third quarter after these messages.
I can think of this wonderful little woman that I had. She said, I can't talk. There's nothing there. And she said, I want my voice back. After the first session, she was loud. I'll never forget this. She said, there's a voice in me still. Whether it's Parkinson's or a stroke or whatever, they are not at the bottom, but they can always get better.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Southern Electric and Plumbing Supply, located at 107 Southeast Atlantic Street in Tullahoma, is the area's premier location for electric and plumbing supplies and fixtures, featuring GE appliances, Delta faucets, and complete fixture lines displayed in a state-of-the-art showroom. So if you're a contractor working on new construction or a homeowner working on a weekend remodel project, Southern is the place to find that special fixture you need to make your home shine. Southern's experienced staff can help you solve any problem. Southern Electric and Supply Company, 107 Southeast Atlantic Street, Tullahoma, 455-5402.
Since 1889, Traders Bank has been helping our neighbors realize their dreams. Whether our customers are looking to put a roof over their heads, try their hand at entrepreneurship, or see themselves behind the wheel of a shiny new car, the folks at Traders Bank have always been ready to dive in with them. Because at Traders, we lend you more than just money. We lend you our good name. Traders Bank, you're welcome.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, we open up second half with us kicking it off. And
there he goes.
Reagan Tom,
there he went.
You know, Reagan plays football pretty good to be a baseball player that we borrow to play football.
There you go. Get him going sideways.
Trying to get him there, and he's on reverse the field on us, and watch this tackle. Whoa. Jacob Dixon takes him to the ground there.
That's one of those IHOP tackles right there.
And here you got Owen Stroop grabbing his legs, and you got Logan Crouch grabbing his chest.
And there was a 4 underneath there somewhere, 40 probably.
Yeah, Brandon Painter was coming. Owen Stroop realizes the screen is on and cuts him down, so we've got him in 3rd and long.
Owen's one of those kids that just has field sense. He just knows where to go.
Great football player. Understands the game tremendously. They're going to throw a little out, and we almost pick it off, and he ends up catching it, but he's going to be short of the first down. They're going to act like they're going. They're going to take a timeout, and then they'll send their punt team out. And I don't think they got enough people on the line of scrimmage there. They finally call them 12 for moving.
They don't have but 3 on the line of scrimmage.
I know. I couldn't understand it. The bad snap makes the punter get in a big-time hurry, and
bad punt.
We're going to take over in great field position. Their 43-yard line.
That one's just about sideways.
That's what happens when you panic.
People don't realize how hard it is to kick.
And they don't realize how important it is, all the other
Look here,
parts.
look at here.
We hit Joe Duncan there. He picks up a first down.
That was a smart play right there, what he did.
His feet just went out from underneath him.
I thought he did it on purpose.
No. Jacob Dixon. He's going to make it to the end zone off a bubble screen. Great blocking out there by Brody Melton and Joe Duncan. And we're getting ready to expand this lead. I think Brody has a lot of fun right there, seeing if he can draw anybody off sides.
He begging them, isn't he? Come on.
And they're off sides, so we'll have to re-kick it. Second week in a row.
That just doesn't make any sense to me.
And Justice puts it through. Reagan Tomlin doing the snapping. Wade Collins putting it on the block.
And
Justice putting it through the uprights.
And we have an 8-point lead.
8-point lead. And Justice puts it in the end zone.
Which is just a weapon with somebody like that back there.
And
look at here.
Ethan Anderson pops him in the back.
Ball still rolling.
That is one slick pigskin. Keeps on rolling and squeezing out from underneath people till Brandon Painter picks it up for the touchdown. Ooh, big play.
Big play.
I mean, turning things around and, you know, so proud. I'm telling you, every week it's different people stepping up and making big plays. And nobody worries about who gets the glory.
Yeah, that guy asked me, he said, who are your stars on your team? And I said, we don't have any. The whole team, they're all stars. Every one of them. We got a team. We don't have a bunch, we don't have stars.
Justice puts it off there, and it's such a high kick. Gives us plenty of time to get down there in coverage. And Jackson Sheffield, primarily, there were others there, but Jackson, he was a tormentor on kickoffs.
Number one's not running.
Here comes the reverse.
Bang, there you go.
And I'm telling you, people knocking them backwards.
Bet they hadn't been hit like that this year.
And
look at that.
No place to go.
Mean,
no place to go. Caden Bradford, Logan Crouch.
I mean, that is just, I wouldn't want to go back up in there.
And they're going to sling it deep, and Chris
Great
is on the
job.
jump with him, and Jacob trying to get the INT.
Whoa.
And we'll fair catch this one. Didn't need number 21 to reintroduce himself.
Don't need number 11 to get hurt either.
And we open up. We're looking to throw the football. I believe it's Brody Melton coming across the middle. It is. Picks up 9 yards there. Second and short. We're really needing to. Great escape.
How in the world did you get out of there?
And actually completed the pass, but we were out of bounds when we caught it. So great job by the receiver there, Chris Usselton, coming back to the quarterback to help him out. And we'll run the football, and that's the way to keep your legs driving, Jackson. He gets the first down.
Sure does. He had a little leg problem early, didn't he?
He had to end up getting taped up just a little bit. And Brody Melton again. Throws him off of him. Gets another first down.
Yeah. I love it.
And we try the bubble screen. I really thought last night we had it set up, but when I watched the video, I realized 44 was probably getting ready to introduce himself to Jacob. So
right. Just as well.
Just as well, it was a high pass. I'd like to keep Jacob.
For next week?
Yes. Brody Melton again, and now we go back to Jacob. And when he's got room to maneuver a little bit, he's hard to tackle out there in the open field nowadays. And we have just moved the football right on down the field.
This is a better football team than we were 4 weeks ago.
Yes. Keyshawn there trying to get outside the tackle box there, but they had an overhang that we didn't get blocked and made a good one-on-one tackle against him.
That's an overhang. That's a new term.
You can call them outside linebackers, but they could be nickels.
Right.
So anyway, it's just player position. We push it in, but they don't call a personal foul on one of our wide receivers, and so it backs us back out. And cost us a touchdown. Sorry about that.
Well, I think that wide receiver just had about enough of that young man that was taunting him.
I haven't looked at a cut yet that I can see it. So we'll try a 30-yard field goal here.
It's good.
And that puts us up by 3 scores, and that was huge to get a 3-score lead.
But this is a really good football team we're playing, undefeated, just like we are, and with some very good athletes. So
you'll see them try to make an effort here. One will kick it into high gear, trying to make a play. Right there is the play that I was telling you about, that you see how strong Logan Crouch is. He just
wait a minute, where are you going?
Him and throws him down like a doll. That's pretty hard to do, to catch somebody there running. Ethan Hargrove there on the stop. 3rd down short. And you see one's turning it into high gear now. This is their pride. This is where they know they've got to make the comeback.
Right.
Everybody. He's not going down. He's fighting for every yard now.
Right.
This is where they had to swap out centers. They lose their center. This is the difference.
Yeah.
And you don't watch it repeat itself again. They're at crunch time, and we've lost our center from the very first series. That's how big Cam Robinson was last night.
Right.
They take time out. So I was pretty sure they didn't have 7 men on the line of scrimmage again, but they took a timeout.
They don't have them on there now.
And he doesn't get off a very good punt, so we're not able to grab it, and it gets a great roll. So we lose some yardage there, but we're in control of this game.
Are you allowed to have a different formation if you're punting?
You got to have 7 on the line, no matter what. You can have whatever formation you want as long as there's 7 on the line. Brody Melton catching the ball, and I don't know who was on the chain gang there last night, but he took out one of the chain gang guys.
Who provides them? TSSAA?
Our local official association provides the chain crew during the play. Quarterfinals and semifinals.
There's Mr. Sheffield.
Jackson Sheffield ends up the 3rd quarter. And it's been a great quarter for the Tullahoma Wildcats.
Yep. And up 3 against a very good football team, and it's comfortable, but not real comfortable, because these are good football players we're playing against, and we've got one more quarter to go to be in that rare air and go to the dance in Chattanooga. So don't go away. You're going to see how it all happens right after this commercial break.
At Minuteman Press, we can handle all of your design, print, and promotional needs. But did you know that we can print on so much more than just paper? We can help you with your outdoor advertising, such as posters and banners, even lawn signs and flags. We'll make sure all of your employees are dressed in custom branded apparel. Promotional items are a great way to keep your name in front of customers and attract new ones. Did you know that 89% of consumers can recall the advertiser of a promotional product they had received over the past 2 years? At Minuteman Press, we have the expertise to handle your entire direct mail campaign. Why direct mail? Because 65% of consumers have made a purchase because of direct mail advertising, and 39% have tried a business for the first time as a result of direct mail. So we will show you the best way to generate results for your marketing and advertising campaigns. At Minuteman Press, we design, print, and promote you. Contact us today to find out how we can help your business.
It's football time in Tennessee, and nobody tackles the competition like the Russell Barnett Automotive family, with 6 locations to serve you, certified collision center, over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from at russellbarnett.com, hometown auto rental, limited lifetime powertrain warranty on certain units, certified pre-owned units. Too many reasons to mention why. Keep asking the question, why buy anywhere else?
All right, this is Richard Brooks at Templar Shooting Sport.
We've got an indoor range, which obviously is the highlight of coming into our building. But we do have guns for sale. We can rent guns. People can walk in right off the street. We've got educational classes from if you've never touched a gun before in your life to advanced courses, the handgun permit course for the state of Tennessee, 1101 South Jackson Street. Our phone number is 931-222-4657. You can find us on Facebook, Templar Shooting Sports, and our website is www.templarshootingsports.com.
We'd like to welcome Vanderbilt Hospital to Tullahoma as the new owner of Vanderbilt Tullahoma Heart Hospital. For years, people have had great service at Heart Hospital. And many times people make the statement, I need to go to Vanderbilt to get the best care. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to go to Vanderbilt to get the best care, because Vanderbilt is now in Tullahoma as the new owner of Vanderbilt Tullahoma Heart Hospital. For all of your health care needs, top quality, best research, new equipment, look forward to great health care at Vanderbilt Tullahoma Heart Hospital.
Check out our new Woodard's Diamonds and Design showroom, which is now located on 2011 North Jackson Street in front of the Walmart Shopping Center. We've got 4,600 square feet now, beautiful diamond and gemstone jewelry, and a much easier and nicer place to come shop. This is still your place to come. Still have a great team of people. Still have wonderful diamond jewelry and bridal gifts. We have our Levion, which is out there. Even new creations of Chatham Created Gems, or the new Pandora, and even Kendra Scott, which is a brand that people have been asking for years now. So lots of new things, as well as some of your old friends here that are still here to serve and take good care of you. Thank you.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, we've got the ball moving down into their territory, and Jackson Sheffield is on a tear right now.
He is.
He is running the ball really well, and I don't know what they did to get him so fired up, but he's fired up right now, and
they hurt him.
He is absolutely getting after him. Ryan Scott does a good job pulling the ball down, going to get 4 or 5 yards.
Got 5 yards. I didn't figure he'd gotten anything there.
And we try to get Brody there, and Logan has blocked his man all the way out to where the ball is. So, and here the officials won't get taken out. I thought old Chris had made a great catch over there, but they ruled him that he had gone out of bounds, which he had, but he had been knocked out of bounds by the DB, but the official. But it turned out he didn't complete the catch, so either way, we were kicking a field goal. And good job, Caden Bradford. I'm telling you, strong young man. Just really, really strong. And they're going to heave it deep, and Landon Fouch, interception number 2. Great job. We open up, hit Brody there with a quick pass as they don't have him covered. And now we're going to start draining the clock. We're not going to go to running it all the time, but we're going to drain this clock. And so you'll see us slow down on how many plays we're trying to run. We run Jackson there for a tough yard, as that's the backside linebacker making the play. We weren't able to get him blocked. 3rd down and short. And great cut.
There you go.
And hard run.
Still running.
By 2-2 there. The double deuce. Running the ball hard. Great ball game for Jackson last night. And, you know, it's great having Keyshawn and Jackson. It makes a good combination for us.
They're so different in how they approach what they do.
And another tough 5 yards there by Jackson. And this time, Big 54 jumped on him there before we get started. We were trying to block down on him, and he beat the block, and he makes the tackle. We come back and run Chris, and, you know, I thought we had 1st down at the 7-yard line, but they called holding on us, and they called a personal foul against them, so they said they were both live ball penalties, offsetting penalties. And so we get the down over, and we're just pushing to get the 1st down. We try to draw them off. This is a 4th down play, and I decide instead of kicking a field goal, our offense wants to go for the 1st down. I decided to let them, let's see if they can get it.
Sure.
It's time to go get one. And Jackson, again, that overhang player or outside linebacker, we didn't have anybody to block him, and Jackson had to beat him one-on-one, and he does. And Jackson drives this one on down to about the 3-yard line. And we'll go Jackson again, and he's down there close. And then Ryan Scott walks up there and gets under the center and snaps it. Really, they kind of standing and watching.
Yeah.
And this ball game, you can wrap it up. It is going to go to the Wildcats.
We have 3 minutes and 10 seconds left in the 4th quarter.
And we kick it deep there, and Reagan Tomlin again doesn't turn loose. Reagan Tomlin, I'm so proud of him in the weight room. the gains that he has made are unreal. They don't throw the slant there, and it's incomplete. If I remember right, they'll come back and quarterback's going to follow his running back. Now, we're going to see a big-time dose of that this coming Saturday, because that is a staple of Elizabeth, and as a running quarterback behind the lead blocker of a running back. They basically play two running backs back there in the backfield. It's just that one of them can throw the ball.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to go deep here, and he's going to catch it, but it's going to be out of bounds. And
there they go.
Bradford.
Look at there. They're not stopping, Coach. They're playing all the way to the end.
They're going to go deep down the other side, and Will Parton going to get the interception, and we're going to get into the favorite formation of football, the victory formation. And we don't get enough men on the line of scrimmage. They don't call it because they hadn't called it all night long, so I never did bother to move Chris up. I just left him right there. I'm yelling at him hoping first, and one of the assistant coaches says, Coach, I hadn't called it all night long. Shouldn't worry about it. So, ball game. Tullahoma Wildcats are victorious, 44-19. Great semifinal win.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
You're there. We're there. We're all there. We are there.
These players, I'm so proud of them. I told them last night, I said, you guys have discovered what all coaches try to discover, and that's team chemistry. You all have it. And I said, if I knew how to can it, I would, because it's the most valuable product in team sports is team chemistry.
Team chemistry.
And these guys have got team chemistry. They got that talent and ability as well. They're good. You know, I've always said Jimmy's and Joe's win football games. Coaches lose them most of the time.
Right.
But Jimmy's and Joe's win them. And we've got good Jimmy's and Joe's, but they've discovered that unique thing called team chemistry.
Right.
And it just shows itself over and over and over. And, you know.
And they're strong.
They're very strong. It's the strongest football team I've ever been around. If you want to go down to that weight room and look up at that board where all their lifts, maxes are listed, it'll blow your mind. You know, these guys that played back in the day and talked about how strong, they're not even close.
No.
These guys, I'm just telling you. Coy Sis and Larry Campbell and Whitney Darlington Morris, Whitney Morris, they do a great job in conditioning our athletes and working to get them stronger, more flexible. It's incredible what they've been able to do.
Right.
And these guys obviously have bodies that can get strong. And like you got Logan Crouch. Logan Crouch benches 415 pounds. Now you just think about how much that is. We've got 11 or 12 players that are 300-pound benchers or above. We got 3 that are 400-pound benchers or above. And I've got 2 more that are knocking at the door.
Yeah.
Power cleans. We got about 19 that are 225 or above, and we've got a handful that are 300 and above in the power clean. Jackson Sheffield broke a personal record this week, 500-pound squat.
Whoa!
I'm just telling you, it's incredible. I think there were 24 records that we broke this week. We keep a record of it. We can tell you in week 1 how many records we set, personal lift records. And there's no taking time off in season and trying to just maintain or whatever. We work all the way through the season. And as we've gone through the season, we have got young men that were benching 275, 280 that are now 305, 310 while they play football. Some of them, you know, you get an injury here or there that puts you behind, but there's others that are that week are making progress. And when you get back healthy, we try to get you to start making that progress again. And those guys have done a great job, and our kids have bought into it. And not only in football, we've got them. Of course, we got the majority of the basketball team playing football right now. But our baseball players, our softball players, soccer, volleyball. Volleyball was working down there this summer with Whitney, and I'm just telling you, it's marvelous what they've got going on.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We'll take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back and talk about the next game, which is going to be next Saturday in Chattanooga, and let you know all the information we can about that. We'll be back in just a minute. Star Physical Therapy has been serving Tullahoma and the surrounding area for 16 years, offering special services, dry needling, vestibular rehab, LSVT big for Parkinson's, workman's comp, sports rehab, and post-op care. All the physical therapists at Star Rehab hold a Doctor of Physical Therapy degree. And there's also a certified orthopedic manual therapist. You want to pass the test? Come to the best. That's Star Physical Therapy.
Here in Tullahoma, we're very fortunate to have Builders Plumbing and Electric to serve all of our plumbing and electric needs.
Come see us while we have a short break at Builders Plumbing and Electric.
We're also fortunate to have Builder Supply, where we can get all the lumber to do any project we have around the house.
Come see us at Builder Supply.
The choices we make today will impact tomorrow. Choosing natural gas today is the responsible energy choice for your home, your family, and our environment. Almost all natural gas we use is produced right here in North America. And with plentiful gas reserves, we can enjoy a safe and reliable energy future. Natural gas. The comfortable and responsible energy choice for today and tomorrow.
Brought to you by Elk River Public Utility District.
Terry Stroop here with Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. We'd like to take this time to thank everybody for trusting us with their home and their business heating and cooling comfort. We'd like to take this time to remind everybody it's time for fall maintenance checks. They're taking appointments right now. We also would like to congratulate the 2022 class at Tullahoma High School seniors. Special shout out to two of those, which are our grandchildren, Mary Catherine and Owen Stroop. Let's go, Wildcats.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, Coach, what we need to do is share what information we can about what's going to happen this next week and how it's going to play out.
Number one thing you need to know is that state championships are being held in Chattanooga at Finley Stadium. The game will start at 11 o'clock Eastern time, which is 10 a.m. our time. We're the first game on Saturday, December the 4th. There are 3 games each day. And you have the privates who are playing on Thursday this year. You have 3A, 1A, 5A on Friday. And then you have 4A, 2A, 6A on Saturday. And so we'll play at 10 o'clock according to our body clocks. It'll be 10 o'clock in the morning. That was one of the reasons that we started our day this past week while we were off out of school. We started our day at 10 o'clock. Again, trying to get our kids used to functioning.
Physical activity at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. And so anyway, We'll leave out of here Friday, and we'll stay overnight in Chattanooga so that we're already over there. We'll get our kids up pretty early, though, for us, so that we can eat breakfast, which will be our pregame meal. And then we'll get to the stadium someplace around 8 o'clock our time, 9 o'clock Eastern time, and get ready to play some football, or as my friend, one of my friends says, play some tackle football. We're getting ready to play some tackle football. And
this is not flag stuff.
So, and then once the game's over, we'll find a place to have a post-game meal and so forth, and then we'll make our way back here to Tullahoma.
Okay, and the tickets, ticket price, getting tickets.
Getting tickets. The cheapest way is to go on GoFan. I say it's the cheapest, I really don't know. The tickets are $12 on GoFan. I'm sure there's a handling fee on top of that. I don't know what it is for a $12 ticket. But that's on gofan.com or .co. And or you can pay for a $15 cash ticket at the gate. That ticket is good for all day. So with us being the first game, if you so choose to stay down there and you want to watch the 2A game after us, you may do that. If you want to go in and out of the stadium getting something to eat, they provide you a band that allows you to leave the stadium and come back, and you can watch all 3 games.
So, and then what we'll do here, if everything works out right, we will have the John Olive 5th quarter show on Monday, December the 6th, prime time. Philip Scoggins has written down prime time up here. That'll be at 7 o'clock on December the 6th, and I'm sure we will have that played numerous times, and depending on what happens down there, we hope to have where that helmet sits right there, a gold ball.
Be nice to have a gold ball.
Yes, it would. Coach, I've got one more guest. I want to stick his head in here. Come over here, Patrick. Get right here in the middle of us and just lean down a little bit. This is high-tech Pat Welch, a great Tullahoma athletic fan and school board chairman for many years. And let's put that to where they can hear you, brother. You got it headed down toward your belly button. We don't want to hear you growling this morning. Thank you for all you've done for this program, our football program, and the way that you've dealt with John throughout the years as a school board member and board chairman, and all the other little things that you do that you people like you and Mark Moran never take credit for, to keep athletics in general vibrant and strong in our community. And we just want to give you thanks for your contribution to the fact that this man right here and his team is headed to Chattanooga to search for a gold ball.
Well, you've given me a whole lot more acclaim than I deserve. The truth of the matter is, John Olive was Dr. Embry's best hire, and he has been a tremendous influence with the football program, but he's also the athletic director.
Right.
I see him everywhere, all the time. He's I was involved and still in with the maintenance committee with the school system, and he hadn't been the athletic director 2 weeks, and he was at the next maintenance meeting.
Right.
And I don't know how he's done it, but my hat's off to him, and this town owes him a great deal.
Well,
I do want to say something about Dr. Embry's was the band replacement during this program, and he did a great job, but he deserves some credit. And that meeting in Athens, I knew John had to be a good salesman when Dr. Embry told me where we were going, because John had told him that let's meet in Athens. That's about halfway. Well, Maryville is a lot closer to Athens than Tullahoma is to Athens. So that's number one. He's a good salesman. And when the interview started, Dr. Embry asked John to tell him about himself. And it wasn't about 10 minutes in, I was over in the side slobbering. He had me so excited. He was so dynamic and so aggressive, but as obvious he was a really class person. And then when he finished and I got my mouth cleaned up, John looked right in Dr. Embry's eyes and said, "I've told you about me, now you tell me about you." And he didn't blink. He started right away. And at the end of that, I didn't know if I was from Tullahoma. I thought he was describing Massillon, Ohio, or Valdosta, Georgia. And I told him on the way home, "You need to go down to the chamber Monday morning and get you another job." He sold Tullahoma like it's never been sold.
That's right.
But I did nothing during that period other than drive and listen. And I got Dr. Embry at the end bought me a golf wetsuit. And the top I long ago had to discard, but I still have those pants in my golf bag.
All right.
So I owe Dr. Embry, I remember him every time it starts raining. I have to put on my wet pants.
All right. Well, step back in here, Coach. Get on in here and let's.
Thank y'all.
Hey, Pat, thank you for all you've done. Just stay right there. Just sit down there, John. You sit down there, John. What we want to do is all of us tell all of you, we want to see you in Chattanooga. It's very important. If you noticed last night, you'll notice in the video that there were more fans on the other side of our stadium. Not, of course, than our side, but than all the other competitors that have been here together. Well, our fans and our support, we've got to support this team and these kids and these coaches and represent our town as best we can in Chattanooga. So let's all go.
The last time we played out of town late was at Jefferson County in John, 87. I saw Joe Gaddis last night, and I told Joe, I said, I don't know if I've ever been prouder of our town is when y'all came out for warm-ups, because we had their visitor side just about packed, and the applause, and everybody was on their feet when they just came out to warm up. And I hope that we'll take the challenge and meet and better that.
In
Chattanooga. Let's get a pile of people there and be ready when the first whistle blows.
All right. Coach, we'll see you there, my friend.
See you guys there.
Congratulations, and we want to see you as well. See you in the stands in Chattanooga, 10 o'clock in the morning, a week from today. Goodbye and safe traveling.